Today we're here to talk developers and agents.
OpenAI just released some new tools for building AI agents. These new tools can search the web, sort through files, and even use computer use. Check it out.
We have 3 new built-in tools. We have a new API and an open source SDK. Starting off with the built-in tools, the first tool that we're announcing today is called the Web Search tool. The Web Search tool allows our models to access information from the internet so that your responses and the output that you get is up-to-date and factual. The Web Search tool is the same tool that powers ChatGPT Search, and it's powered by a fine-tuned model under the hood. So this is the fine-tuned GPT-4o or 4o mini that is really good at looking at large amounts of data retrieved from the web, finding the relevant pieces of information, and then clearly citing it in its response. In a benchmark that measures these type of things, which is called Simple QA, you can see that GPT-4o hits a high score of state-of-the-art score of 90%. So that's the first tool. Steve, do you want to tell us about the second one?
Yeah, the second tool is actually my favorite tool, and this is the file search tool. Now, we launched the file search tool last year in the Assistance API as a way for developers to upload, chunk, embed their documents, and then RAG really easily over those documents. Now, we're really excited to be launching 2 new features in the file search tool today. The first is metadata filtering. So with metadata filtering, you can add attributes to your files to be able to easily filter them down to just the ones that are the most relevant for your query. The second is a direct search endpoint. So now you can directly search your vector stores without your queries being filtered through the model first.
Nice. So you have web search for the public data, file search for the private data that you have. And then the third tool that we are launching is the computer use tool.
In that clip there, they were talking about what new APIs they have, and it's all wrapped into this new responsive response API. Combine the simplicity of the chat completion API with the tool use capabilities of an assistant API for building agents. They have built-in tooling that includes web search, which if you're using ChatGPT, you ever click the search icon and it searches the web, that's that one right there. They also have file search where you're able to upload files to ChatGPT and it will be able to do different data and analytics or read the document and do things based off the documents that you have, or even pull them up and search them and sort them based off what's in there. They also have computer use, which is basically ChatGPT's way of having an agent to be able to do things on the internet on your behalf by clicking different icons, doing research, going to different websites. And so that's all wrapped into this tool. And so in the examples that they gave, they had this example where they went around and asked everybody about what kind of outfit that they like, and they had ChatGPT act as a fashion stylist. So what they did first was just compile a document of everybody's kind of fashion sense and then have that file. They then added this file into ChatGPT, and now they have this new vector number where you can add these 2 files so you can easily reference what kind of file or subset of files that you want to use when you're working with ChatGPT, especially as a programmer. That really can help out, so exactly the groupings of files. Then they went to the web to search for different trends and everything using the web search API. And then they also use the computer use to actually purchase or return the outfits that they recommended.
Understands what its users like. So in order to demonstrate this, we've created a vector store that has some entries, almost some diary entries of what people on the team have been wearing. So I'll go ahead and add the file search tool, and I'll copy in my vector store ID. And here I can actually filter down the files in this vector store to just the ones that are relevant to the person that we want to style. So in this case, let's start with Ilan. We'll go ahead and filter down to his username. Yeah. And we'll come back here and we'll refresh. And we'll say, can you briefly summarize what Ilan likes to wear? Cool. So Ilan has a distinct and consistent style characterized by a Miami chic. That's really awesome. So the file search tool is a great way to bring information about your users into your application. But in order to be able to create a really good application for this personal stylist, we want to be able to bring in fresh data from around the web so that we have both the newest information and also stuff that's really relevant to your users. So in order to demonstrate that, I'll add the web search tool. And the Responses API is really cool because it can do multiple things at once. It can call a file search tool, it can call the web search tool, and it can give you a final answer just in one API response. So in order to tell it exactly what we want, let's give it some instructions. So what we want the model to do is when it's asked to recommend products, we want it to use the file search tool to understand what Kevin likes, and then use the web search tool to find a store near him where he can buy something that he might be interested in. So let's go back and say, find me a jacket that I would like nearby. And what the model will do is it will issue a file search tool call to understand what kinds of things Kevin likes to wear. And then it will issue a web search tool call to then go and find stuff that Kevin would like based on where he is. So the model was able to, just in the scope of one API call, find a bunch of Patagonia stores in Tokyo.
Just for you, Kevin.
Which actually corresponds to Kevin's preferences. He's been wearing a lot of Patagonia around the office. But no personal stylist assistant would be complete unless it could actually go and make purchases on your behalf. So in order to do that, let's demonstrate the computer use tool. So we'll go ahead and add this. We're using the computer use preview model and the computer use preview tool. And we will ask, help me find my friend Kevin a new Patagonia jacket. What's your favorite color, Kevin?
Let's go with black.
Black. Can't have too many black Patagonia jackets. And what the model will do is it will ask us for a screenshot. And we have a Docker container running locally on this computer. And we will go ahead and send that screenshot to the model. It will look at the state of the computer and issue another action. Click, drag, move, type. And then we will execute that action, take another screenshot, send it back to the model. And then it will continue in this fashion until it feels that it's completed the task. And then return a final answer. So
they say that this was born out of the need for people to really bring out the full power of ChatGPT agents, because it's, I guess, a little bit harder to use it declaratively, meaning use it on your computer and just type at it. It may be easier to have an API so people can easily integrate it into already existing applications. And so that's the use case for most APIs anyway, is for it to be able to integrate into applications. Or if you want to build an app, you don't have to navigate to their website to use their tools. You can just use portions of their functionality within your app. And I think this is a really big game changer for APIs and agents when it comes to AI, because now all the power of computer use, files, and web search are now at the fingertips of whoever wants them. And it's not like a huge workaround in order to really get this information back and forth. I like that the competition is heating up, because what we know from the other competitors like Claude, Gemini, Grok is that, well, if ChatGPT is doing something, the others won't be far behind. And they may try to look at ChatGPT as the first mover and then try to tweak it and make theirs better in some shape or form, even if it's just better by price. But we'll definitely see what the future holds. But tell me down below, do you like that these new sets of APIs are out and it definitely helps devs, or do you think it's okay but you expected more? If you want to keep up the latest and greatest AI news, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dexter out.